morning. How are you? Thank you very much. That's incredibly kind of everybody. It was very nice. Everyone's been very generous with their messages, and obviously a huge honour to get that. But everyone at the UN's been so kind, so thank you for that. I mean, today we have another important briefing from Martin Griffiths and General Lowsguard on the situation in Yemen. I think you'll all be aware of the developments over the weekend. We are encouraged by the fact that the parties seem to have agreed phase one of redeployment of forces around Hodeidah port and city. We obviously look for that to be implemented. We're very keen to hear what more Martin Griffiths can tell us about how that implementation will go and what the next steps are, particularly on phase two of the redeployment. But I think overall, everyone knows the situation in Yemen is very fragile. We all know that people are at risk still of starvation. These are some small, important steps that hopefully will set us on a good path for 2019.
There seems to be a little confusion, at least among us. Can you explain to us what's phase one, what's phase two, and when does phase one happen? Like, now they've agreed it, when does that happen?
We ourselves don't have those details yet. We hope to get those from the Special Envoy and General Lowsguard today. So we'll hear from General Lowsguard in closed consultations and from the Special Envoy in the Chamber. And like you, we hope there will be some clarification around when all this starts, what the different phases consist of, when we can expect implementation to get underway in earnest.
Do you prepare a new resolution?
Not at the moment. We don't have plans to do so, but we keep that under review depending on what happens on the ground. I think in principle, having had the Security Council endorse the Stockholm agreements, there's obviously merit in having the Security Council continue to put down texts that keep in step with developments on the ground. But I think we'll wait to hear from Martin and then work out what the next best stage is.
Can I ask you about a different issue, if you don't mind?
Can we just see if there are any more Yemen questions? Any more Yemen? No, yes, go ahead.
Sorry, we're all preparing our pieces, looking ahead, previewing next week's Trump-Kim summit. What do members of the Security Council want to see come out of this second meeting between the two leaders?
Well, it's only been mentioned in very general terms so far in the Security Council. To be honest, I think people have not wanted to talk about it for fear of jinxing it. It's obviously very good news that the summit will take place. That's a very good step by the leaders. In the past, the Security Council has wanted the meeting to take place as a demonstration of confidence building, but the Security Council nearly unanimously really wants to see North Korea take these concrete steps towards irreversible denuclearization. That, I think, is the most important thing. But for the moment, I think the Council will be in watching mode and wait to see how it can best support the President's efforts.
Ambassador, what can you say about the postponement in Nigeria's elections? Are you concerned that this might become an issue for the Council moving forward?
Well, Nigeria hasn't been on the agenda of the Council, although obviously there are some CT angles that come before the Council. So I don't detect any move to want to discuss that. But obviously, we favour steps that support representative government and democratic elections.
Ambassador, can I ask you about Pakistan?
Yes.
The Pakistan Foreign Minister has written to the SG asking for the SG to get involved in mediating between Pakistan and India. Do you think the SG should get involved?
Oh, I don't want to speak for the Secretary-General, but there is, of course, very long-standing UN involvement between Pakistan and India. One of the oldest UN forces, which I think is called UNMIGIP, is still on the ground in that area. Obviously, tension is escalating at the moment. We're working on a Security Council statement on terrorism, which needs to make progress, but currently doesn't have agreement in the Security Council. But we hope we'll be able to get that agreement soon. I haven't talked about Pakistan-India with the Secretary-General, but we'll have to see how he responds to the letter. Any more questions?
Venezuela, is there any progress on these draft resolutions that are on the table, and do you expect anything this week?
There's a Russian and an American text circulating, but no timetable for putting that text down for adoption, as far as I know. Thank you very much, everybody.
Are you concerned about this Feb 23rd deadline, which I think is Saturday, for Guaido saying aid will enter Venezuela?
I think the situation is very tense, and at the same time we are worried about this humanitarian situation on the ground and aid getting to the Venezuelan people. We're also worried if there's a return to violence. So I think it's something we need to watch very carefully. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, Ambassador.